The Masks We Wear, Chapter 5, a Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Eleanor Rose. If you have not heard the previous 4 chapters of this story, you can find a link to them in the description box. If you'd like to support this channel, you can not only subscribe to stay up to date on the latest parts of your favorite fanfictions, but you can leave a like and a comment to boost the YouTube algorithm. As much as I don't want to, I can feel the cold air of the morning caressing me awake, despite the blanket I've wrapped around myself like a shield. The downside of having a wall of windows, among other things, was the way it sucked out the warmth in the mornings during the cooler seasons. Really, the only thing that gets me up right is when I remember yesterday, with Ladybug, talking about dating the other. Well, perhaps she was joking, but I don't think she was. Why me? I have no idea. And I'm a bit somber when I think of last night's moral debacle of realizing she'd lose her best friend and partner if it ended badly between the two of us. But I can't focus on that. Instead, I'm going to stretch, practice some piano, and think about Ladybug. Well, I don't plan to think about Ladybug. It just happens, and I let my brain run its course for better or for worse. Besides, the notes are all muscle memory at this point, so I may as well keep myself entertained somehow. "You're awake!" I can hear Plag's enthusiasm and know exactly what he's about to ask for. I groan and pull the blanket over my head, falling back into bed instead of greeting him. No. "He was out of Camembert yesterday, Adrien. You promised we'd go back." Ugh, he was right. I promised. I rub sleep out of my eyes and grunt, noting the circles Plag danced around me. "Just let me grab my jacket, okay? Mornings are chilly now." Plag grabs it for me, but I'm not about to thank him for it. There's a difference between being nice and moving along an agenda. We head out, slipping past the cameras on the front gate and trudge down the sidewalk, slick with frost. The patches of grass here and there from the city beautification project aren't frozen, but they're stiff with cold, kissed wet from the early morning air. "Welcome back, Mr. Agreste," Leon says, turning his head so he can see over his shoulder when I walk in. He's a young fellow with curly hair, and I have to wonder if he started this business or inherited it due to his young age. "May I help you find anything?" "Oh, please. You know my order by heart now," I say, stuffing my hands in my pockets and leaning back. I do it to look casual, but I can feel Plag fighting my palm in my pocket. It's a miracle Leon hasn't seen Plag and his mischief after all our time here, but there were several close calls. He wraps up a wheel of cheese a bit bigger than normal. He probably feels bad it wasn't ready last night, but who could blame him for not having everything in order after an Akuma attack? Just because the Lucky Charm returns everything to its previous order doesn't mean there isn't a lot of wasted time, and sometimes labor. There are a lot of cases pending over if employees should be paid while at work during an Akuma fight, even if all they're doing is hiding, and I see both sides. "And a little something extra," he says, placing a marble-sized lump on top. "Thanks!" I flash a grin and grab the cheese sample, shoving it into my pocket so Plag can settle down. "I'll catch you around." Tucking the Camembert under my arm, I head out, taking a moment to look both ways before crossing the street. A car pulled up, waiting at the stop sign to turn right, so I step into the crosswalk and... impact. I drop the cheese as the car hits my lower knee, hands hitting the hood as I realize the car started to accelerate. "Pedestrian!" I yell. Not angrily, but not polite. The look of terror the guy is wearing says enough. He didn't see me. He didn't see me because he was looking left to turn right. It's a mistake anyone could make, and I'm not hurt by it. I'll have a bruise for a few days, but I didn't hit the pavement or anything. I pick up the cheese and walk it off, a bit irritated, but knowing it was an accident. There was no reason to jam up his day with an incident report. "Why did you let him go?" Plagg asks, inhaling the camembert on my bed in bigger chunks than it was intended to be eaten. I could tell on impact I didn't take much damage. Going a meter after stopping is what, like 6 kilometers per hour? Please. I have enough experience by being cat noir and fencing to know I didn't get hurt. Besides, the fact that I was able to walk all the way home with little pain shows that it's not a big deal. I say that, but my leg aches now that the adrenaline wore off. I'll need to ice and elevate it. I make my way to the kitchen and sneak some out, trying not to draw attention. If Father learned of this, I'd never leave the house again, which was just another factor of walking away from the scene. "Adrien!" I look up. Ladybug. In my bedroom window. My heart just about leaps out of my chest, hurting me more than getting hit by a car. "Yes?" I say, like a dum-dum who can't remember basic etiquette like greeting a guest. "What happened?" She jumps down and runs over, her hand centimeters away from cradling my knee. "Oh, this?" I say, looking away. "This is no big deal." "Did you run into something?" Well, not quite. Something ran into me, I think." She picks me up like a stuffed tiger at a fair and stands up. "Let's go see a doctor," Ladybug says. "Whoa!" I yell, partially from getting swept off my feet and partially because she's sweeping to conclusions. I'm okay. "You have to get checked out." We're almost to the window. "No, Ladybug, put me down. It's just a bruise." She freezes and looks down at me, curled like a princess and dangling in her arms with my hands to my chest. "A bruise?" "Yeah, a bruise." I can't tell from this angle, but I think her face flushes. "Oh. Can you put me down now?" While I love the idea of snuggling, her arms are cutting into my ribs in a way that's most uncomfortable. "Yes!" she exclaims, and lets go. I tumble to the floor, taken off guard and without catching my center of gravity. So much for being a good cat, I think, resisting the urge to make the joke. It's a shame she doesn't know I'm her partner. I could make some excellent puns over this. "It's okay," I say, straightening myself as she begins to apologize. "I might not be as nimble as your partner, but I'll recover just as quickly." Now there's no doubt she's blushing with embarrassment. "Please," she says, shifting her weight. "After what I've seen, there's no way you could call him graceful." The comment makes me smirk and suffer at the same time. "So, what are you doing here?" I ask, brushing myself off and gesturing an invite to sit on the couch. "Just checking in on my, she lowers her voice. "Boyfriend." Heat hits my face and I can't resist the urge to scratch the back of my neck. "Oh. Dumb. I need to come up with a better response than that." "Well, cool. I like that." "You do?" "Hearing you call me your boyfriend? Yeah." Should I not?" I've never seen her scared like this. Well, at least this type of scared. "No!" I say, and for whatever reason my hands are up, palms toward her. "I like it. I wanted to call you my girlfriend, but I spent all of last night wondering if that's what we are." "Well, are we?" This feels like a trick question, but knowing Ladybug, it's not. She wouldn't mess with a person like this. Yes? So, you're having doubts too? Too? Oh, no. She's having second thoughts. No, I say, leaning forward and taking her hands in mine. I try not to squeeze too hard, but I'm desperate to convey my feelings. No, I want to date you. Did I not make that clear? That I want to be yours and you mine? I feel her fingers relax in my grip, and a mob of butterflies beat against my chest. Surely I'm redder than her mask, but I have no choice but to be bold here. You know we can't tell anyone, she whispers, and I'm about to faint from the way her eyes are looking into mine. That's okay, I say, my volume matching hers. That's okay, as long as there's no one else. Of course! She looks horrified at the mention of it. Good. My shoulders slump in relief, letting go of the tension I didn't realize I stored there. I mean, I didn't think she was the type to date multiple people at once, but hey, stranger things have happened between us. So, do you have some time for me? Or not? I mean, I don't want to seem entitled to your company, even though we are, we're dating. What's in the bag? I ask, using my chin to point at the sack in the corner. Oh, this is, She makes a motion to tuck loose hair behind her ear, but there isn't any. She has it plaited in some kind of braid. A French braid? I don't know what girls call it. It's cute, as her hair tends to be, but for some reason, the style brings attention to her jawline. That, or I'm crazy for her. Or both. I realize she finished her sentence and was waiting for me to respond. Oops. At least it looks like I'm listening when I'm checking her out. I've spent years of perfecting it whilst as Cat Noir. I begin. Cool. Cool? Her face drops. Oops. I feel my veins stiffen with adrenaline as I frantically rewind my brain. Oh, she'd given me two options. Play Exploding Kittens or some new game called Too Many Poops. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't give the right answer. Actually, do you play any instruments? I ask, grabbing the ukulele from beside the couch. No, not really. I mean, I know a few chords on guitar, but I'm no musician, so... Can you guess what my favorite song is? Your favorite song? She repeats. Yeah, it's actually a trick question because I have a minimum of two favorites, but one of them is Brahms' Lullaby. Brahms' Lullaby? You've heard it before. Here. I pluck out the main idea and her face lights up. This one, I say, still playing, but adding some harmony. She narrows her eyes as mine meet hers. Are you about to give me a ukulele lesson, Adrien Agrest? Heat hits my face, but it's not uncomfortable. Well, I begin. Would it win you over? Because then I'm all for it. I'd rather listen to you play. I've already had a boyfriend who tried to be a private tutor. She's smiling, but it hits me like a knife. Boyfriend. She already had a boyfriend. I don't know why I'm surprised. It's not like I haven't dated before. But that means she'd had a relationship and not told Cat Noir about it. Yeah, we didn't talk about things like family or religion, But surely she'd tell me if she got into a relationship, right? Actually, that thought makes me a hypocrite. I wasn't forthright about Kagami, that's for sure. But still, what I had with her wasn't real. What if what Ladybug had with her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, was? A bitter feeling floats below my ribcage. No, I'm in the wrong. If we were 10 years older, or even 5, this would be normal. It would be expected. Actually, wait. How old is Ladybug now anyway? I'm already 17 and ripe for graduation, but that doesn't matter because Ladybug never confirmed if she was a high schooler 3 years ago when Alia saw her drop a textbook. Adrien? I force myself to snap out of the spiral. Yes? My voice sounds like a teeny bopper with a changing voice box. Are you? She trailed off, her forefinger perched between her lip and chin. Are you jealous? Of what? Warning signs are going off in my brain, and my armpits prickle. Of my ex. She hates liars. I don't know, I answer, and it's the truth. I shouldn't be, and it makes sense that you've dated somebody, or somebodies, before. Besides, I have too, so it shouldn't bug me. I guess I'm just surprised. Ladybug laughs and bites her lower lip. Well, somebodies. Really? Yeah. 2 boyfriends. And a handful of dates once I started my apprenticeship. You have a job? She can balance being a student, a superhero, and a job? No way. She has to be an adult. Yeah, but I can't tell you about it. Superhero related? Well, kind of. Kind of? I arch my eyebrow. What does she mean? Well, it's not like you can know my secret identity, which means I can't tell you about my job. My heart sinks. Do you really think I'd be able to figure it out from your job? It's not the question I want to ask. You won't even trust your boyfriend with it? Like, your lover can't know who you are? Then how is this going to develop? Where is this going? Am I just a placeholder? Entertainment? There are lots of questions rattling my brain now, and I can't think straight. Maybe, she shrugs, but I'd answer the same regardless. You can't know, Adrien. I'm sorry. Her voice softens when she relays her apology, as though she's laced it with regret. I have to wonder if she'd tell me, if she could. If she wants to. If she had to choose, would she choose me, her 24-hour boyfriend, or Cat Noir, her confidant and friend of years? Yeah, no competition. If she wasn't going to tell Cat Noir, then she wasn't going to tell me. Yeah, I say, defeated by my own rationality. Yeah, I know. So, ukulele? I smile at her weak attempt to make this less awkward. Well, I begin, tossing my arm around her to bring her closer. I thought you just wanted to listen. Ladybug stiffens at the touch and I panic, thinking she might pull away. Oh, no. I'm too casual. She begins, slowly relaxing her hand onto my chest. Wait, no. I was wrong. I wasn't too casual. This could count for cuddling, and I'm all for it. Although, I can't remember if I put on deodorant today, and having the head of the girl I like resting by my armpit is not the best time to wonder about it. I echo. Can we, make plans? Or something? I might pass out because I'm regulating my breathing. Her head on my chest means I'm self-conscious about my lungs' normal pattern, and I'm sure her question spiked my heartbeat, and she's able to hear it. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, crikey, I'm in trouble. Sure, I say, unsure of what my tone conveys to her, but I'm trying my best to sound casual. I'm sure it's not working. So, obviously not dinner in public? Obviously not. I wouldn't mind it, but it's her call. And going to the arcade is out of the question. What if I dress up as Cat Noir? I say, partially joking, but hey, it could work. She looks up, stifling a giggle. You? Trying to pass off as Cat Noir? Please. Ladybug grins ear to ear at the thought. There's no way! He's far more flamboyant in stride and personality than you. I don't think a bystander would believe it, no matter how good your costume is. I don't know. It takes all of me not to crack up at her response. I did voice him in the Origins movie. Okay, but, so much of that movie is wrong! She straightens, lifting my shoulder into a strange and somewhat unpleasant angle. Oh? Those slow, romantic moments between Kat and I when we first met? Yeah. Didn't happen! There wasn't even a wink of flirtation between the two of us. Oh, really? I could testify otherwise. Yeah, think about it. If you just got superhero powers and had to fight a new scary villain that defies all of your education about the world thus far, would you be flirting? No! You try to figure out your powers and how to defeat it, right? I nod, biting back the urge to laugh. Oops. That wasn't me at all. The way the sun warmed my back, the adrenaline of going from rooftop to rooftop for the first time, there's no way I'd forget it. Figuring out my powers was cool, but the least of my concerns when her bluebell eyes met mine in surprise. Thinking about it, I have to admit I don't know if it was love at first sight. Sure, I was smitten by the end of the next day. But as far as first sightings go, our meeting is washed by adrenaline and freedom, so I don't know how I actually felt. Right, I say, but anything to boost sales. And Cat Noir's ego, she says, and I don't have to look to know she's rolling her eyes. So, what do you have in mind for a date? She bites her lip and looks up at me. Is it okay if I keep it a surprise? Making a face like that? Absolutely. I look forward to it. Anyway, I'm glad you're not super hurt or anything, Ladybug says, tapping my knee and standing up. This? It's nothing. I can barely feel it. Because I've spent the entire time pumped full of adrenaline since you basically put your head on my chest. So, tomorrow? It's the weekend, so tomorrow's great, I blurt out, unintentionally cutting her off. Oops. A grin that matches how I feel spreads across her face. Okay, I'll pick you up at 8. We exchange goodbyes, but I'm too smug to remember it. The only thing I'm thinking about is the way she smiled. She was looking forward to it. That's the kind of smile you wear when the person you like makes you happy. And it was for me. Me. I made her happy. I am the person she likes. I don't want to inflate my ego, and I don't know when she started to have feelings for me, but they weren't random. Ladybug likes me, and I like her back. The words don't feel real, so I repeat them again. This time aloud. Ladybug likes me, and I like her back. I want to shout it, but I don't want to draw attention to my room. Ladybug likes me, and I like her back, I think, catching the smile I'm wearing in the mirror and savoring it before moving on to my next and less enjoyable moment. Homework. But, try as I might, I can't settle down. My knees bounce as I hum, only half-heartedly solving equations as Plag sends me cheese-scented burps my way. Who on earth would be able to be calm when they're dating a girl like Ladybug? Okay, that's enough. Settle down now, Adrien. You've got this. Yeah, I've got this. Ladybug likes me, and I like her back. There's nothing that can stand in my way. Thank you so much for listening. Part 6 should be out later this week. In the meantime, you can check out these other videos for more fanfiction. I'll catch you next time.